Don't put yourself down, time for a change. Believe in yourself, time to rearrange. Be your best friend, bring hope to your day. Lose your critic, get out of your way. Now it clicks, moments of clarity. Now I hear moments of clarity. Now I get it, moments of clarity. To yourself be kind, it will please your mind. Find your joy, trust in you. Put in the time, you'll see how you grow. Many kinds of love you get to define. Find self-love, your soul will align. Now it clicks, moments of clarity. Now I hear moments of clarity. Now I get it, moments of clarity.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany.
12 p.m. right here on Tampa Bay's Tan Talk Radio Network.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Welcome to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Werner, licensed mental health counselor in the state of Florida. Moments of Clarity's mission is to educate and end the stigma on mental health through the inspirational stories of our exceptional guests. You can join in the show by calling Tiffany toll-free at 866-826-1340 or on Facebook and Twitter at MOC with Tiffany. Now, here's Tiffany Werner.
Hi, welcome to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. My name is Tiffany Werner. I'm a licensed mental health counselor, and I'm your host. And today we're going to be talking about something that a lot of people don't talk about enough, that they don't like to talk about, but you have to, because life gets so much easier when you have these things in place, and that's our financial budget, our finances, and our safety for the future. And before I formally introduce my guest, I want to say hi to Ed.
Hey, and a happy Friday to everybody out there.
Hi, Ed.
Ho, ho, ho.
Scott.
Hey, happy Friday.
Scott's been on quite a few times. He's a proud sponsor of Moments of Clarity. And he talks about stuff that's really scary, like our future, our financial future, and how to get things in place. But I got to tell you, I've known him a long time. It's like 17 years, 7 to 10 years.
It's been more than a week.
It's been more than a week, yeah. And after meeting with him, which he offers everyone from Moments of Clarity a free consultation, just to talk to him after meeting with him. And he says some nasty words that, like, I told him, you're not allowed to cuss on the radio, but he said words like budget and debt and spending versus needs and wants, and all these harsh words that I'm like, oh, stop it with the obscenity.
I can't believe Ed lets me get away with all of that. Oh my God.
I'm a lady. I don't want to hear words like budget and debt.
Oh my God.
The obscenity, Scott. Jeez.
Ed can't get the mute button quick enough. You know what I'm on.
Yeah, I got my dump button right there. Unfortunately,
hit the dump button.
Those will get by the dump button.
I gotta tell you though, and I hate to admit this, but after meeting with him, not only did I have a peace of mind, but I got a brand new house. I got stuff in order. I don't have as many luxurious purses and whatever that I want, but I have enough, like that. That's all it is versus wants versus needs. And when one wears out, I have the savings to go get a new one.
There you go.
Wait till Black Friday and get one then, or have someone get me that for Christmas. I'll buy it for myself and have it labeled "Love My Kids." That's the way to go, right? That's how you get what you want for Christmas. Hey, you got me this purse, by the way.
That's right.
But we're gonna put that. And Ed, encourage you to make an appointment with Scott because actually I have a follow up with him after the show because we meet regularly just to keep everything in check, and
Right.
and it's free to just consult with them, and then if you want to follow up with it, but having having your finances in order avoids marital conflict. It avoids pressure and stress and job stress and so many things, worrying about what's going to happen, God forbid if we die, things like that,
Right.
or when we get old,
Sure.
or if we lose our health, so it never hurts to at least get a consultation. I swear I've done it, and I wouldn't lie, and that's why I keep supporting him, promoting him on the show, because I have seen what he can do. And I am not only a friend of his, I'm a client. So anyway, and it does. You talk about it and he pries on some questions. You're like, yeah, it's been this, but then he comes up with solutions and you feel better. It's really weird. Well, let's talk to him anyway, see what he's got to say. But
Yeah,
I think you should talk to
I'm
him.
here.
I think you should talk to him. I think everyone should talk to him and get that consultation. But let's hear what he has to say today, because it's right around Christmas time when everyone overspends, runs up their credit cards. You get sucked into those Black Friday deals, those Cyber Monday deals, and all that, and then then tax season comes around and all this stuff. So anyway, Scott's been he's the founder of Forever Forward Financial. He obviously we just talked about what he does, and sponsor. He's been a sponsor for at least 2.5 years, 3 years of Moments of Clarity. Hey, Scott, December 31st is our 600th episode. At least
Wow.
that's been documented on the radio. So I've gone live without being on the radio, like for Thanksgiving when Ed's off and stuff.
Right.
600th on New Year's Eve.
Congratulations.
A party of some sort on Zoom or whatever. But hey, ending the stigma on mental health.
600 times and counting. 600 times and counting.
A lot of awards, and just entered for some more. So we'll see. Anyway, Forever Forward Financial. He's a founder. He's been doing financial
Stuff.
for about 20 years, 25 years.
25, yeah, since 1996. So however long that is.
So I'd like to formally introduce Scott Bigley from Forever Forward Financial for those listening. And thank you for being here, Scott. Thanks for everything you do for the show and for me, myself, and my family as well.
Oh, you're more than welcome. And as always, Tiff, it's great to be with you. Great to be with the audience on both the radio and all the folks joining live streaming. As you know, it is my honor and privilege to be associated with MOC and to be associated with you and your family. So really, thank you for allowing me to spend this time with you and your audience. I really do appreciate it.
I noticed you didn't have time to turn off your TV. It's a glare.
Well, can you see my TV in the glare? Well, I can turn it. Well, I can't reach.
So it's on the break. I can see it in the china cabinet behind you.
Let me see what I can do.
It's pretty funny. Just in case you get bored on the break, is there a game on or something?
No, I was just, actually, you know me, I'm watching them. There, I turned it off. I'm watching the markets and seeing what's going on in the world today. So
it's my ADHD, I was like squirrel. All I can notice is
so
what's that? Anyway,
I gotta tell you, my mom has the same little ceramic Christmas tree that's behind you. My mother has.
This is like a vintage thing, and then they brought it back, and I used to have one in green, and
well, that's my mother's is in green, and you're right when you say vintage. No, I'm not saying my mother is old.
It's called vintage. It's
yes.
It's cute. It's just literally it lights up and on batteries. And it just came in the mail yesterday, and
but she's got one, and hers is the green one, and
that's what
she's probably had it for 50 years. And I'm not saying my mother's old, but she's had it a long time.
I used to have my family heirlooms. I lost a lot of the Christmas stuff through moving because I was young when my parents passed, and my mother used to collect a lot of holiday stuff to decorate, and I started carting it around from apartment to apartment. Kind of got all old. So I have to build up my new stuff, but That was a need, by the way.
I understand. Hey, okay.
I bought it on sale, but that was a need.
I understand.
First Christmas in the new house. So.
That's right. And you need to do a couple of nice things for the new house. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's talk a little bit today about ho time, Christmas time. You know, and the holidays, you know, can be stressful anyway. You know, like in my family, my father passed away in January. So, you know, thank you. So this is kind of a tough first year holiday season for our family. You know, first Christmas since, you know, my siblings and mom and have been around, that dad will not be here. So, you know, the holidays can be stressful for a whole lot of reasons. For those of us that are struggling with behavioral health or addiction programs and are separated from family for any myriad of reasons, a lot of stress. And then, of course, let's just go ahead and dump, you know, the other thing in there of just what the market tells us we have to do in terms of gift buying and celebrating and carrying on traditions. So I thought what we chat a little bit about today are just some kind of tips for getting through the holidays, some tips on saving some money for this Christmas. And as you and I chat a lot about over the years, Tiff, there's, you know, two big stressors. Two of the biggest stressors in life are relationships and money. So let's chat a little bit about how we might be able to take or relieve, is probably the better word, relieve some of the financial stress moving through the holiday season, because the relationship stress is always going to be there. And
yeah, sometimes the relationship
that's where
stress is because of money, right?
Yeah. Yep. So, you know, with that saying, you know, the first idea that I'd like to share is that one of the things that we struggle with during the holiday season is we don't develop what I like to call a gift giving philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that really comes down to kind of looking at ourselves in the mirror and answering the question for ourselves, you know, what does gift giving really mean to me? What does it mean to me? You know, is it about trying to find the perfect present? Is it about trying to impress others with, look what I got for so-and-so, or look how much money I spent? Or is it, I feel obligated that I have to buy something for everyone that I've ever met in my life?
No.
You know, so those are all motivations. Those are all pressure points. Those are all pressure points that can begin to shape how we view the season. So if we can kind of begin to think about and kind of develop a philosophy about, and the key there is we got to be honest with ourselves. Why are we doing what we're doing? Why are we buying the present or the presents that we are?
I have a
For the
story.
people that we're buying them for. You know, why are we actually doing this? You know?
I'm sitting next to my mother-in-law for Thanksgiving dinner, and she's sitting right next to me, and I'm like, hey, so Kathy, have you ever had, do you own an air fryer? Because I had found one on sale for Black Friday. And she's like, I have one in my toaster oven. I never use it. I'm like,
Yep.
would you ever want to? She's like, no.
No.
Right then, it was because we celebrated the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. We get a knock at the door, like, and it's delivery from Walmart or Amazon or whatever. Sure enough, the air fryer's right there. And I'm like pushing it into the garage. We had to
Yep.
return it. She's like, I don't want one of those.
Yeah.
Her gift right then arrived like within seconds. I guess we're returning that.
Yep. So, and that's that's that idea of kind of developing that philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, why are we buying gifts, and why are we buying the gifts for the people for whom we're buying them?
We like to give them something they need. I want to welcome callers. Call in. You might have some questions for Scott.
Yeah, please do. Please do.
866-826-1340. 866-826-1340 and ask any questions, financial. He really knows his stuff.
Yep.
866-826-1340. Please go ahead,
Yep.
Scott.
Well, and then of course, kind of following through, and one of our most unfavorite words, once we kind of have an understanding of why we're doing things, our personal philosophy, and Tiffany, like you, this is a 4-letter word in my vernacular, but it's the only word that
you cuss all the time
that we can use. It's know your philosophy and then know your budget. We all want to be the hero of the holidays, but to become the hero of the holidays, a lot of times we blow out the budget. So the idea is to go into the holidays after you kind of think about what you're doing and why you're doing and for whom you're doing it. You get that number in your mind and you stick to it. You don't go over it. You hopefully stay under it. But the key point is whatever that number is, and this is the discipline part. And as we've talked before, whenever we're trying to correct issues, problems, frustrations, stressors, we can talk about it, but we also have to then be disciplined to take the steps that we need to take to make the changes, whether they be personal, professional, financial, whatever they may be. We need to be disciplined to take the steps that we need to take to make the improvements, to make the changes that we'd like to make. So when it comes to holiday spending, think about what we're doing, have that number in mind, and this is the discipline part, and then track it. And by tracking it, that means write it down. So if I buy whatever for Tiffany and I spend X number of dollars, I write that down. If I buy whatever for, Matt, I write that down. How much? That's the discipline part, because if we don't put pen to paper, we're going to get swept up in the holiday hoopla. And then before you know it, January rolls around and things don't look that great.
Mm-hmm. And then we just have a bunch of gifts.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things. There's some tips I know that you're going to share on how to get through that. We've got some love on here from India. Scott, thank you for joining the show. Ending the stigma on mental health. Talking finance is such an important topic. That's from Facebook. Facebook user, love this. Hi, Tiffany Warner. It doesn't tell us who you are, but thank you, Facebook user.
Thank you.
On YouTube from India. Thanks for supporting the channel. James Prescott from the UK. Hi, everyone. Hi, James. I haven't seen you in a while.
Wow.
Potosi.
6 o'clock over there.
Mm-hmm. If you can't call in and you have a question for the guest, leave the question on. We're on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn Live, as well as Twitter. And you can watch us virtually, or you call in at 866-826-1340. 866-826-1340. Scott, it's time for our first break, and we'll be back with Moments of Clarity in just a moment. So please stay tuned.
You're listening to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Werner. We welcome your input at 866-826-1340. Tiffany will be right back after this.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
If you are like most people, you worry with the financial challenges you face today. How do you protect your family from financial ruin? How will you reduce your liabilities and get out of debt sooner? And how can you deal effectively with the constant changes in your job, your career, and your business? Overcoming your financial challenges is like building a house. You must build from the ground up. You must learn how to make more money, save more money, grow your money, and protect your money. Forever Forward Financial specializes in teaching you these 4 basic money skills so you can achieve your dreams and end your worry. Call us today and schedule your complimentary, no obligation meeting to discuss your needs and concerns. Call Scott Bigley at 727-422-7761.
Hello, my name is Lucy Lopes, and I'm a real estate agent that supports ending the stigma on mental health with Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. I am also passionate about helping you buy or sell your home. With times being so difficult, I'm here to help. Contact me at lucylopes.com. That's LUCYLOPES.com. Let me assist you through this pandemic and know that you are not alone.
If you're a show host, gamer, live streamer, podcast host, or radio show host that would like your message to get out and reach up to 30 platforms, then there's an affordable way to do that. It's called Restream. Restream makes it easy to broadcast professional live videos from your browser to multiple social platforms at once. Start your live show with guests, brand it with logos and overlays, and create an interactive experience for your audience. Learn more at Restream.io and mention Moments of Clarity for special offers.
Hi, this is Tiffany Warner, your host of Moments of Clarity. Living with a mental health disorder is not easy. If you or someone you know are struggling with this, please know it's so important to seek treatment, and I'm here to help. Please visit the website at momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com to view blog posts and resources on this site to help educate and inspire you to take action, because there's no shame in seeking help for mental health. While you're there, please take a few seconds to sign up for my email list. You'll get some extremely valuable educational and entertaining content that can be sent right to your inbox each week. Plus, you'll also get instant and free access to my guide on managing your anxiety. You can also follow me on Twitter at MOC with Tiffany and at Facebook at Tiffany Warner. And once again, the website is momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com. Thank you so much for your support and for listening to your show, because change can only come when we stand together as one.
Are you looking for a great book? If you like to root for the underdog, Joe Potosi's book is a book for you. A real American Odyssey that will grab your attention with its fast-moving narrative. You won't be able to put this masterpiece down. When the Dust Settled by Joe Potosi. Go to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or Zulin Press.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
We are back to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Warner. To join in the discussion, call 866-826-1340. Now, here's Tiffany Warner.
Hi, and welcome back. My name is Tiffany Warner, licensed mental health counselor, and you're listening to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. And my guest today is a longtime sponsor and supporter of Moments of Clarity with Tiffany, but not only that, very talented financial advisor, and offers a 2-hour free consultation to anyone that wants to call him up just to see what he has to say. I felt so much better after listening to him. Not only that, he gives you a lot of ideas that you never would have thought of. And welcome back to Moments of Clarity, Scott Bigley.
Thank you, Tiffany. I love the little Christmas background that we had there when you came out.
Forgive me. I just saw that it's new, so I'm going to test this one out. But we have a caller. We have a caller, Sean.
Sure.
So welcome back, Scott Bigley from Forever Forward Financial. And Sean, are you still on the line? Welcome to Moments of Clarity.
Hello. So
Hello.
I have a question for you, Scott.
Okay.
My internet is really bad, so you might have already covered this topic. So forgive me in advance if you have to repeat yourself. My question is this. So we've been through this whole COVID thing, shut down, businesses shut down, families losing money, losing their livelihood. And this is my own personal opinion. Biden and the rest of those idiots are trying to have us live in fear. And what should our response be with, this another possible lockdown? Should we take money out of the 401k? I know the rule is don't touch it. But what should we do practically as a family to better protect ourselves? If that's, I'm getting my point across.
I think you are, Sean. But if not, just jump back in and correct me. You're absolutely correct. It's been a tough couple of years for everyone. The pandemic has not left anyone out. It has affected each and every person in the world. It has caused worldwide economic issues. It has caused worldwide personal issues for individuals and families like yourselves. As I have been working with my client base and the folks that I work with and the talks that I've been giving in terms of, what's the most practical way for us to kind of make sure that we're safe. And understand that your situation is different than mine, is different than Tiffany's. So everyone's situation is a little different. If you have not lost your job, in other words, you've been able to work from home and at least continue to collect a paycheck, which has caused a whole myriad of issues, on the relationship side, as Tiffany's been dealing with for the last 2 years. The idea is, how do you
dealing with it?
Yeah, how do you protect yourself? And again, that goes right back to, what I call and what my business calls, how are you managing your risks? Are you making sure that you're doing all the things that have been suggested, that you stay healthy, that you avoid contracting the pandemic, and that if you do, the impact on you and the people, places, or things that you love will be as minimal as possible, without getting on a political soapbox?
Please don't.
Yep. The research seems to say that the way that we do that is that we get ourselves vaccinated. But again, that's a personal choice. But in terms of the things that you can be doing to make sure that you're okay, if you still have a steady stream of income, and because of the pandemic, you have been kind of locked down at home, working from home, or limiting your movement out and about in society, really things should be better. What I've seen with my client base is those that have been required to be home, not going to the office, their financial situation has actually improved a little bit. They're not driving to and from work, so they're not spending money on gasoline and maintaining vehicles and out buying lunches and so on and so forth. So the question then becomes, if we're saving $200 or $300 or $400 a month because we're not traveling to and from, we're not out buying lunch every day, how can we better utilize that capital, that revenue, to provide some level of protection? So kind of a long answer to your question, Sean, that I hope gives you a few moments of clarity there. But again, to circle back, that would probably be this would probably be a better dialogue for you and I to have in person. So I would encourage you to give me a call so you can tell me exactly kind of what your situation is, what your concerns are, what your fears are, what your needs are, and what you're seeing as your needs, wants, and concerns moving forward.
Yeah.
Very good.
It's important to get things in order so you can plan ahead.
Right. I have to be honest, Scott. That was wonderful advice. Like you, probably.
Get the consultation with him. It's free, and he's got so many more things up his sleeve and little Easter eggs, that you don't even think about until you speak with him. And you don't have to hire him, or you don't have to pay him, but you're gonna want to hire him when you're done speaking with him.
Right.
And actually, we have a next meeting right after the show. So, and I'm not lying.
Yeah,
I'm not saying this just to say it.
I think a lot of people, I think a lot of people can benefit from getting in touch with Scott. He's very knowledgeable, and I think a lot of people are feeling what I expressed, and but truth of the matter is, I don't work from home. I work in a hospital, and where I work, COVID is spiked. There's 30 patients with COVID in the area I work in. So on top of everything else, it's high stress for me anyway. Some days.
I can appreciate that, Sean. I have a client who is an RN in a local hospital here, and actually she's an ICU RN working on a COVID unit and has been for basically the entire pandemic, and she is quite frankly at her wit's end. She's working 5-6 days a week, 12-hour shifts. So it is taking a toll. Personally, on as I said earlier when we started, this is a pandemic that has left no one behind. And it will not. So again, your question is, how do I prepare for that? How do I make sure that I'm doing all I can, not just financially, but personally and professionally? Is a question I've been answering a lot. And again, that kind of comes down to, your situation is different than mine, is different than Tiffany's, is different than your next door neighbor's. So it's just like anything else in life. We sit down, we discuss, what are the needs, what are the concerns, what are the worries, and then we develop a plan with specific strategies that will hopefully help us move through those frustrations and those stressors, so we can maybe feel like we can breathe a little bit again.
Right.
Your phone number, Scott, is 727-422-7761, correct?
That is correct.
Just making sure.
Yep.
You guys have a good weekend. Bye.
Hey, thank you, Sean.
You
too.
in, Sean, and happy holidays.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Everyone be safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. Yeah, and what a great
show
point.
You something, Scott, for you.
Oh, sure.
Pretty.
Technology stuff going on.
We could be I probably know with that, but we could be all festive while talking about hurtful words.
Oh, sure we can. Oh, yeah. It doesn't have to be,
it doesn't have to be stressful. Once you get it kind of going, then it's really good. Like, one of the things that I've been doing is online shopping with one of those cashback credit cards that gives 3 to 5% back if you use it you get 3 categories online shopping, and then just pay that off. Yep. And I've gotten over $400 cash back that goes towards my credit card, and just pay that off. So and
what a lot of people don't realize is I think it was the American Retailers Association, which is a trade group, did a survey back at the beginning of the holiday season, which, as we all know, is actually in August. And the average American stated that they're planning to spend just under $1,000 this year on holiday spending, I guess is probably the best way to say it. $1,000 is a chunk of change. For everyone. I don't, it's got nothing to do with how much money you make. I mean, think about that. The average American is planning on spending at least $1,000 this year. So the question becomes, where do you come up with that amount of money? Because it's not part of your normal day-to-day course. All of a sudden, it's like getting hit with $1,000 bill that you weren't expecting. The difference is that at this time of year,
you've given us tips before.
Yeah, we're doing this knowingly, intentionally, and voluntarily. We're saying, okay, I'm going to spend money that I know I don't have. So the idea is, how do I kind of ease some of that pain?
Can I answer that?
Sure.
Just from listening, put $10 a week away in a jar, and or every other week, $20 every paycheck, put it in a jar, and or put it away somewhere, and then by the time the holidays come up, you have however much money you decided to invest for a Christmas fund or a holiday fund, a Hanukkah fund, or whatever it is.
Whatever, and that ding ding, ring the bell, because that's
learning.
That's the perfect answer. But, unfortunately, Tiff, a lot of people don't do that. They don't. Back in my day, and I'm not saying I'm old, but back in my day, banks and financial institutions offered services that they used to call the Christmas Club that would allow families to set aside $25 a month, whatever it was, starting in January. So they would have their Christmas fund come December. Banks don't do those type of things anymore. It's one of the many things that, we, have to kind of accept personally. It's our personal responsibility, and we have to have the discipline to do that. But since most of us do not, we get to this time of the year, and we're now going to assume $1,000 bill that we just because we can, I guess. So what do we do? And that's where we get into, the stress becomes, now we got to start moving money around so we can afford Christmas. So that becomes stressful because, I guess I got to give up my starbs every morning or so on and so forth. But if we gave up our starbs January through November, we wouldn't quite feel so much of that financial pressure that we all feel, this time of year, doing little things like you're doing. If I know I'm going to be spending money, is there a way that whoever I spend that money with, they're going to give me a little bit back? And that's where great point you just made. Cash back credit cards are a great
awesome
way, of at least recovering a piece of your investment down the road.
One of my cards I paid off because instead of using my debit card, I use these credit cards and then I pay it off.
Yep, and then you just pay it off.
One of them is at a negative $102 because of the cash back that came back, for the credit card.
Yeah, and when you think about that, last year, in 2020, now think about this, in the midst of the pandemic, a lot of economic uncertainty, Americans still spent over $730 billion, with a B, $730 billion on holiday spending last year alone. That's a ton of money.
Not even the amount of people that live in America.
Yeah.
We have 700 million.
Yeah. So the idea is, and like you're saying, is, what we need to do and try to discipline ourselves to do is don't allow ourselves to get wrapped up in all that holiday hoopla that encourages us to buy and spend. Everyone's email box, everyone's phone is getting flooded right now from retailers who are posting all their deals and all their goodies. But let me tell you something, they're not doing that out of the goodness of their heart, not because they love you. It's because they want your dollar to be part of that $730 billion.
Mm-hmm.
So just a couple other things we'll chat about here in just a moment.
In just a moment, it's time for a break. And I love this thing. I'm just going to play this before we go to our break. We'll be back with Moments of Clarity in just a moment. Please stay tuned.
We will return to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Warner after these messages.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Do you ask yourself any of these questions? Will I ever be able to get out of debt? Will I ever be able to retire? How am I going to pay for my children's education? How do I begin saving for my family's future? And if something were to happen to me, will my family be taken care of? Have you struggled in finding the answers? Forever Forward Financial can help answer these and many more questions about your financial future by teaching you how money works, by providing you the financial education you seek. by assisting you in making the right retirement or educational decisions that are best for you and your family, and by helping you take the necessary steps in establishing and meeting your financial goals. Please call us today and schedule your complimentary, no-obligation meeting to discuss your needs and concerns. The number, 727-422-7761.
Are you having trouble staying sober after you've completed rehab and need a positive environment to help you continue sobriety? At Real Recovery Sober Living, we strive in both community and environment for men in early sobriety to help support you while in early recovery. For only $750 a month, we cover everything you need when it comes to a safe, clean, and accountable environment necessary for success in sobriety. Check out our website at realrecoveryfl.com. That's realrecoveryfl.com. We have 6 locations in Tampa, St. Petersburg, Clearwater, Brandon, North Tampa, and Bradenton, because everyone deserves a quality, sober living.
Hi, this is Tiffany Warner, your host of Moments of Clarity. Living with a mental health disorder is not easy. If you or someone you know are struggling with this, please know it's so important to seek treatment, and I'm here to help. Please visit the website at momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com to view blog posts and resources on this site to help educate and inspire you to take action, because there's no shame in seeking help for mental health. While you're there, please take a few seconds to sign up for my email list. You'll get some extremely valuable educational and entertaining content that can be sent right to your inbox each week. Plus, you'll also get instant and free access to my guide on managing your anxiety. You can also follow me on Twitter at MOC with Tiffany and at Facebook at Tiffany Warner. And once again, the website is momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com. Thank you so much for your support and for listening to your show, because change can only come when we stand together as one. Hi, this is Tiffany Warner, your host of Moments of Clarity. I'd like to give a shout out to musician-songwriter Don Lawson, who wrote, produced, and performed all the vocals and instruments on my Moments of Clarity theme song. Don gained his inspiration as a mental health counselor himself. He's always looking for artists to record his songs, and you can hear more of Don's music at reverbnation.com/Don Lawson. You can also check him out on Twitter at Don Lawson Music. Thank you so much, Don, for your contribution to Moments of Clarity and ending the stigma on mental health. It's awesome.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Now back to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Warner, licensed mental health counselor. To engage in the conversation, call 866-826-1340. Here's Tiffany.
Hello and welcome back to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. I am Tiffany Warner. I'm a licensed mental health counselor and I'm your host. And today we are talking about money during the holidays and maintaining our festivities and but being smart about it.
Mm-hmm.
And my guest today is not only a proud sponsor of Moments of Clarity with Tiffany for the past 2 to 3 years, but also is a great financial advisor. And for Moments of Clarity, you can call him up and set up an appointment, and he'll give you a free consultation. And he's helped my family out a lot. And it's Forever Forward Financial. You can find him Forever Forward Financial, Scott Bigley. And if you need the phone number, 727-422-7761. But at the same time, Forever Forward Financial, or you can just message me and I give you his phone number. It's also on, Tinder and Bumble and just kidding. Welcome back to
all of them, whatever they're called. We're there. Yeah. Yeah, and it's funny. I mean, we want the holidays to be joyous and fun and memorable.
Yeah.
But it's tough. It's tough. So just 3 kind of more quick tips, because I know we're short on time. As we kind of talk about getting through this this time of year with as little stress as we can. We've talked about our philosophy, understanding why we're gifting the way we're gifting. We've talked about kind of picking a number and sticking to it. And the way that you do that is you write it all down. We've talked a little bit about if we don't do that, what happens? Well, we tend to overspend. So here are three more quick ideas, and then we'll wrap for the day, Tiffany. and this is a tough one for most people.
I will tell you when we're wrapping it up.
Okay.
You can tell me when to budget, and
Okay.
then I'm going to tell you when we're wrapping up the show.
Okay. Thank you, dear. But here's a tough one for most people. Give fewer gifts. You can trim down your Christmas gift list. You really can.
Shop wisely too.
Yeah, we get caught up in that, the holiday-induced obligation to buy a gift for everyone we know. Now, I'm not saying you don't want to be gathered with the family and passing around gifts, and then look and go, oh, geez, there, Cousin Scott, I just couldn't find anything for you. I mean, no, we don't want to do that, but not everyone needs a gift. So when you're putting that list together, you take a serious look, at, does everyone really need a gift? And will Cousin Scott really be upset if you don't get him a gift? You only talk to him once a year anyway, so that's fine.
I was going to send you something in a gift basket for being a sponsor for Moments of Clarity, but you just talked me out of it.
That's fine. That's okay. That's okay. Because here's what I've done, and
now you're getting a card.
Yeah, I'll get a card. That's okay. Like my siblings, we're all in our 50s and 60s. And we have the chat every year. Hey guys, we're not going to go crazy buying each other gifts anymore, right? I mean, we're all grown adults. We're all doing relatively well. I don't need my brothers or my sisters sending me any more Penn State gear. I have plenty, and so what we do is we cherish more the time now than the gift. So since we're spread all around the country, we do kind of virtual holidays where we'll schedule activities like this, where we're together on Christmas
You need
Day.
a Buccaneers gear.
They don't want Buccaneers gear. They don't want Buccaneers gear. So
I know, but that's not what they want.
So think about giving fewer gifts, and think about, does Cousin Scott,
especially if it's a Penn State jersey,
right? Especially if it's a Penn State jersey. And the big one, please live by your list. Now, there's a reason that Santa checks his list twice, and it's not because he's forgetful. Because Santa understands if he goes off the list, he's going to overspend and overload the sleigh. Now, I get it. If you realize that you forgot somebody, sure, someone that's important and someone that you do want to recognize with a gift, yeah, take care of that. But the idea is, once you kind of have that philosophy that we talked about earlier, stick to it. Once you have that number in your head, do your best to stick to it. I can't say it enough. The retailers, the marketers are really great, and especially this time of year, of getting us all swept up in the Christmas spirit, where we think we have to buy every snowflake decorated thing that's made and give it to somebody somewhere for Christmas Day. We don't have to do that. You just don't. So try to give fewer gifts. Try to live by your list, live by your number. And here's the third one, and I always raise some eyebrows on this. My third holiday stress-reducing idea: regift. Regifting is actually okay. I know it's got bad street cred. I know it's got a bad reputation.
That is not what I expected you to say.
Yeah, but you know what?
Hilarious.
You know what? It's time that we start to move away from that. I mean, like we were chatting about going into break. I choose to call it, I don't call it regifting. It's Scott's present relocation program. Okay.
So if I get a Penn State jersey, then I know where it came from, and I'll thank your
right.
family.
Yeah. But really, it is okay to regift. It really, really is. You look at the number of, these are all gift cards that I have received throughout the year. I'll never use them.
I'll take them.
I'll never use them. So guess what? Somebody's getting whatever that is. Somebody's getting $100 voucher for wine. Someone's getting a movie gift card.
Don't want that one. I like the gas card.
I want that one. I want that one. But it's okay. It's okay to regift. You have stuff. I have stuff laying around my house, my kitchen, wherever, that someone thought it might be something I'd like to have. It's in a
want an air fryer?
You know what? Actually, I could use an air fryer. But again, that's kind of the joke. That's funny. That slow cooker that your mother-in-law got you, that you already have 2 in the closet, it's okay. Now, of course, you don't want to give away, something that was sentimental, like, the motivational picture or poster that your father gave you. You don't want to give that away to your brother because he knows it was something that your dad gave you. So you don't want to do that.
You don't want to be silly about it where someone's like, didn't I give that to you?
Yeah.
Anyway, we have to wrap up.
Oh, but regifting is okay. Regifting is okay. It's okay. And guess what?
The person
it doesn't cost anything. It doesn't cost anything.
There's even a commercial about that with the electric car. And he's like, I got you a gas car, and she didn't need it. And then
I've seen
they pass it along to someone else in her family.
Yep.
It's pretty funny because she doesn't need a gas card because she has an electric hybrid. Anyway, Scott, thank you for being on Moments of Clarity with Tiffany.
Thank you, Tiffany.
With your words of wisdom, I highly recommend all of the listeners. Forever Forward Financial. You call them at 727-422-7761. 422-7761. And for a free consultation, just mention Moments of Clarity. You don't have to do anything. Just hear what he says. And there's some wonderful ideas that I know you have not thought of that has helped me feel better about my future and with my family. Thank you so much for being on Moments of Clarity. Everyone, for listening. Have a wonderful weekend. Don't stress too much about gift giving and budget. And it's okay to give less gifts, just like he was saying.
And regift. And regift. Regift.
And we have gifts to regive. But just shop wisely. And when you're ready to get your financial situation in order, things, I gotta say, it's a weight off your shoulders when you don't have to worry about all this debt and you can get rid of it. And then you start getting approved for more things, and life just gets easier. It's funny, the more money that you make and the less debt that you're in or whatever, the more money you save, you get more credit towards things too, and more opportunities, and people want to give you stuff. It's really crazy. Everyone have a wonderful weekend. Be kind to yourself and a stranger. You never know what they're going through. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Tiff.
Thanks,
Ed. Happy holidays.
Don't put yourself down, time for a change. Believe in yourself, time to rearrange. Be your best friend, bring hope to your day. Lose your critic, get out of your way. Now it clicks, moments of clarity. Now I hear moments of clarity. Now I get it, moments of clarity. To yourself be kind, it will please your mind. Find your joy, trust in you. Put in the time, you'll see how you grow. Many kinds of love you get to define. Find self-love, your soul will align. Now it clicks, moments of clarity. Now I hear moments of clarity.